Greetings, everyone. This is Rock and Roll Spot Convention with Weekly Comic Roundup. We've covered this week's DC books earlier in the week. Now it's time we move on to this week's Marvel books as well as this week's Image books, which we did not have earlier in the week. Kicking things off, we've got Exceptional X-Men #1. Part of the From the Ashes X-Men relaunch. This book will focus on Kate Pryde and Emma Frost. Largely, though, Kate Pryde, at least in the first issue. So, she begins since the fall of Krakoa. Kate's been trying to just leave behind all things that start with an X. As evidenced in Uncanny X-Men #1 when Rogue called Kate and was basically told not to call her again. So Kate is tending bar in Chicago. She's a bartender at Lulu's Tavern. The issue opens and it's bottomless brunch day, which is apparently 2 words that are a bartender's worst nightmare. As she puts it, slinging off mimosas, and she won't have 3 brain cells to spare on the X-Men. But and she's also dealing with anxiety. She has a moment where she tries to do the breathing exercise. 5 things you can see, 4 things you can hear, so on and so forth. But it would seem, at least, it's not an uncommon sentiment among her patrons that she, bigotry is alive and well. But she has a roommate, living with a friend of hers from before she joined the X-Men. And basically just doom scrolling is her new hobby. But she had a date via a dating app, and she got the dates wrong. The days of, and she thought she was scheduling a date for her night off, but she's a day early. But and so she walked in the city, and there's apparently a show that Bunny Starlight Dreams. So she decided maybe she'll check that out. But one girl is denied entry to the concert. She has a ticket, but turns out the girl's a mutant. She gets into a fight with security, which Kate notes her abilities, and is actually impressed. But gunshot rings out. Kate manages to stop the mutant from being hit by phasing her out, and then Kate phases her into the concert. And actually phases them into the security office of the venue, and then Kate manages gives the girl a ride home. And Trista, the girl in question, gets dropped off and talks with her grandma, but Kate's having the moment, those thoughts of what was everything with the X-Men for. Everything they did, everything they lost. For this kid to deal with, the same thing they dealt with. Almost get shot for wanting to go see a concert. But there's a package for Kate when the next morning she leaves for work, and from Trista, calling Kate her hero. But it's not. It's a neat little package. There's a pen. Some, the card, the thing that says, that calls Kate Trista's hero, is homemade, and it brings a tear to Kate's eye. But also, there's an earring in there that Kate, or some earrings that Kate opts to wear. But the owner of the bar she works at, Lulu, notes the earrings and points out that it's a ray of sunshine from Miss Gloom. But Kate doesn't want doesn't want her reputation ruined. And that is where the issue doesn't end. Cut to a very, very nice hotel. Emma Frost is trying to think who to recruit into a new X team. Banshee, boring. Aurora, a bit messy for Emma's taste. Bishop, intriguing. Then move to the maybe category. If editor approves the use of a time traveler that's not part of a package deal with a non-time traveler. Of course, Logan is listed as distasteful. Kurt, somewhat passé. However, then there's Kate. Emma states that Kate can run away from the X-Men but but she can't run away from Emma, and that is where the issue ends. Solid, solid start. So far, that is Trista, Kate's new friend. Unknown who the other two are. I think there have been they've got they've already had names assigned, and but I can't remember. Moving on though to our next book, we've got Daredevil number 13. Where we left off in Daredevil, the Daredevils fought a basically demonically possessed Wilson Fisk, and managed to exercise and Matt managed to exercise the demon. Another demon, a separate demon, attacked the mission that Matt and Celia works at as the priest. The kids were sent away to, while the other priest Javier made a point of basically getting between the demon and the kids. One of the kids, Jason, has discovered that Matt's Daredevil and ran away, and blames himself for drawing the creature back. But when Fisk was defeated, or when Fisk has the demon exorcised, he asked Matt for forgiveness. So the issue opens with Kingpin asking Matthew to be blessed for he has sinned. And that alarms him. It honestly kind of scares him. And he reflects on the fact that he's not really sure that if he could, the duties that he has as a priest, if he could fulfill those with someone who has literally tried to kill him multiple times. But he tries to recall Proverbs 29:25, but in his fear, Matt reverses it. He who trusts in the Lord is secure, but the fear of man will prove to be a snare. But the kids from the mission asked for help from one of the neighbors. Mr. Patrice, who said he said they could always go to him for help. So they tell him what's going on, and Mr. Patrice gets out a gun, and he's in he'll check to see if Father Javi's been hurt. And he says that in response to the thought of what if he gets hurt. He says that Mr. Patrice says that back in Haiti, he was a man who solved. He was a man who solved others' problems, so he'll be fine. However, also Jason excuse himself to go to the bathroom and then apparently snuck out through the bathroom, though. And he's headed back to the mission to face Demon. While Matt's swinging along, Elektra chases him and catches up with him. And she asks what sort of twisted god would expect Matt to save the Kingpin's soul. And Matt apologizes to Elektra, as he puts it, for so many things. The pain of Matt's rebirth for her. No one should have had to experience that. But she still looked out for Saint Nick's for him when she didn't have to, and she'd been kinder to him than anyone in the world ever was. And he says the debt he owes it's not of this world. But Elektra states that she does have to watch out for Matt. At this point, it's not a choice; it's an instinct, and she hates it. She says that one of his charges, Jason, is missing, with Fisk having claimed Bullseye had him, so Matt should go. She's gonna keep an eye on Fisk, but Matt will have to watch out for himself. At St. Nicholas's, Mr. Patrice finds Javi injured but alive, and then Matt shows up asking what happened there. He apologizes to Javi, but Mr. Patrice says that his grandmother used to say that not to tell someone you're sorry, tell them how you're going to fix it. Mr. Patrice says he'll, if Daredevil gets Javi to the hospital and looks for Jason, he'll keep an eye on the other kids. And all night, Daredevil searches and can't find Jason. Elektra comes to him in the morning. Realizing that Matt's been searching all night for Jason. Also, and her keeping an eye on Fisk. He's been kneeling in prayer in Sacred Heart Church for hours. Hasn't even gotten up to use the bathroom. She admits that Matt was right about whatever he did to Fisk was legit. But Matt denies credit, saying it's God's work, not his. Matt failed. And he refused even, worse than that, he refused to even try. But in a way, Matt's glad because it brought home to him how unworthy he is. God granted him this gift, a new, holier life, but he's been a coward, been afraid to fully live that life, all in the old ways. Say that Fisk was right about one thing. It's time he stopped mocking God by pretending to be something he's not. Just every man's work will be revealed by fire, and the fire will test the worth of every man's work. And the issue ends with Matt standing in front of his priestly vestments as they burn. Interesting direction that this arc's taking. I kind of had a feeling that Matt's time as a priest would not exactly be a long run. I would not even wouldn't be surprised at all if within at some point he returned to practicing law. But anyway, moving on though to our last comic for the moment, we've got Moon Knight Annual, part of the Infinity Watch annuals. Where we left off here, after Thanos killed Worldmind, the bearer of the Mind Stone, chose Colleen Wing as a new host. And managed to keep Thanos distracted from going after Colleen by summoning the Hulk to fight Thanos. Anyways, so it's a few days later. Moon Knight is noting there are what appear to be Bas, part of the soul that could leave the body during sleep, and to roam the world between the realms of life and death. But those are being loose. Moon Knight follows one to a hospital, finds a bunch of patients, I think in the coma ward, all who are, well, their Bas are clearly evident. One doctor is a little freaked out, but I asked Moon Knight, why are there bird people with her patients' heads? Though points out that there's a patient who doesn't have a bird with their head, Colleen Wing. She was brought to the coma ward for tests. But we delve into Colleen's dreaming. First dream, it's not her dream. It's explained that everything here is wrong. Chapter of a book where the characters haven't shown up. She feels like she's trespassing. Knows there's something she's forgotten. Some reason she shouldn't linger. Nightmare. Another dream, and then she goes to a door with a crescent moon on it, and she's in the coma ward, and the Bas are there. Moon Knight's there, and she's there in her hospital bed. But Moon Knight basically set up a nightmare, pointing out that as Miss Wing is dreaming, she's a traveler at night, and therefore under his protection. Though Nightmare points out that all sleeping minds are his realm of power. But, well, Nightmare may have bit off more than he could chew in the forms of Jake Lockley and Stephen Grant, both attacking Nightmare. But both of them are still dreaming. They get into the waking world, and apparently Nightmare is trying to steal the Mind Stone from Colleen. And the Boz attack him, and that before she slices him in half with her sword. And this portion of the story ends with Moon Knight giving advice, advising Colleen to be careful not to lose herself. There are things that can take hold of us far worse than bad dreams. And apparently Star is looking for the Mind Stone. Then in the Deathstone saga, man is dying, and Coulson arrives, shows up, escorts man to the end, but then he is back with Fury, and Fury tries to talk him out of killing Nighthawk. Apparently, though, Coulson is everywhere at once. And he doesn't know how to, well, focus on a single place and process these experiences. But Fury tells him that Coulson's got power that was never meant for a mortal, but well, Fury tells him he's going to keep it together, and that's in order. And they're going to leave before Nighthawk wakes up. And that is where the issue ends. Interesting. I like the. I should have noted that. When Star showed up in the Moon Knight annual, she actually was making a very clear homage to the Warriors, under a more of a cult classic, basically saying, "Mind Stone, come out to play." Anyways. That's going to do it for now. As always, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Links to my Facebook, Twitter, Blue Sky, Instagram, Mastodon, Patreon, and PayPal can be found in the description box down below. Big shout out to Patreon patron Red Band of the Penis. Thank you so much for your support. It is greatly appreciated. This is Rock and Roll Spock signing off saying, live long and rock hard.